because that's not the chips that I like.
The brand?
I like hers.
Yeah, the brand.
Yeah. The HE double R's. Oh, we should have had Eunice in the
We
middle.
were supposed to dance.
We should have had her dancing and we just stay stuck. We could still do it. She's not listening to us.
It's not coming out.
No, stay. Go ahead. Do it. Do it. Oh, no, she's not shy. She's not shy, you guys.
I'm supposed to be the shy one here.
That's what that beat makes you do.
That was nice. I like that. We're going to drift away from our normal introduction.
What do you want to say?
And I'm just going to say, how are you today, Sio?
Wow, yeah. I'm good, Melanie. I'm excited.
Oh,
I'm excited.
really?
Yeah.
That's nice.
I know.
It's good that you're good.
I'm like, wait, I'm so confused, right? Because I'm here thinking we're still in December, but I need to pretend I'm thinking it's the 4th week of January. So it's like, what are you excited for? I'm like, my trip to Puerto Rico, but I already came back.
Right, that's true. But they don't know that, so it's okay. But right now.
Okay, right now.
You're excited
Yeah.
for your trip.
Yeah, I am.
Going to Puerto Rico. And I'm just gonna be here like, Sio, send me pictures.
I'm
what are you
gonna
guys doing right now?
FaceTime you and I'm gonna sing Vamos pa la playa.
I've never been to Puerto Rico, so you guys have to show me at least through
Oh.
videos and pictures.
Okay. All right. Be available. No, you're gonna be working. You won't be available.
Oh, well, on the weekends. Duh.
No.
Why?
No. They're asking us to start the beginning again.
Anyway,
No.
as we were saying,
We got rudely interrupted.
Puerto Rico.
Okay.
It's nice. It's good.
Yeah, we had a great time.
I'm sure you did. Want to hear all about your adventures? Show all the pictures.
We're doing good. We're good.
Okay.
We're actually recording these ahead of time.
Right.
So
Yeah. It's okay. You guys don't need to know that. But this is last episode. We were talking about friendships.
yes.
Childhood friendships. And sadly, this is the last episode on our childhood series.
Right now.
For now, of course, right? These are interesting topics that we might discuss later on either way. But it's been nice to talk about all of these things.
Yeah.
Childhood.
Yeah,
Because like I mentioned before, you know, as adults, sometimes we forget to reflect what we went through when we were children, all the fun, all the laughter, all the good, all the bad. So it's good that we've had this moment where we have been able to go back. I've gotten to know more about you, about your childhood. You've gotten to know more about me. And today we're going to go into dreams and ambitions. Ambitions.
That's a good blooper right there. I had a train of thought and now it just went somewhere else.
Sorry.
It went in ambitions somewhere.
That was bad.
It's
I
all
know
right.
how to speak English, guys.
No, we're not saying she doesn't. It happens.
But
But
yeah.
what I was going to say was in regards to how we did this childhood series, it has helped me appreciate my childhood. Because you think that you had this
Horrible childhood.
I'm not
bad
for me I'm
childhood.
not going to say horrible.
Mhm.
I never thought I had a horrible childhood,
Not good enough.
But that it wasn't like impressive.
Oh, okay.
When it came to like knowledge of things. And now looking back, I'm like, dang, I was that kid. I was a nerd.
Yeah.
That's what I discovered about myself.
I think you still are.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. You still are.
I am.
Did you consider yourself not to be?
No, I am.
Oh, okay.
I say it all the time. I'm a nerd.
Yeah.
I'm still a nerd.
Good to be a nerd, guys. Be a nerd.
We're nerds.
Wait. I had to. Did you have braces when you were younger?
No.
I had Dodora hair. I had glasses and I had braces.
The triple threat.
Yep.
Melanie. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. It happens.
We need a picture of that.
No, you don't. Anyways, today we're speaking about
today
we're not discussing about how I used to look before. Dreams and ambitions. I think this is probably it could be like very funny because we can talk about what we used to want to be when we were younger. What was it for you? I always wanted to be a teacher.
That's not bad. I think
it's funny to me now because I don't want to be a teacher.
I
became one, a professor. But it's funny because I always, like, as I got older, like I would say like 2 years ago or 3 years ago, I was like, no, I don't even have patience for my own child, and you think I'm gonna have patience to teach?
Look at you.
And then here I am,
professor
teaching
Melanie.
psychology.
Yeah, but you became that.
Yeah, but I became it. Yeah. What was it for you?
I did the secretary. I played a lot of secretary. I became a secretary. I did the teacher thing, but then I became a Sunday school teacher. That's close enough.
Oh, still a teacher.
And then I have recordings of myself as a child being a pastor.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. And I did not discover that until the other day having a conversation. I think it was with you two, right? Yeah. And I said, I have audio recordings of my brother and my friends in my room playing church. And they would sing, they would read the word, and I would be the last one to get up and be the pastor and preach.
Oh my God. And so you have these? Like you could...
It's audio. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what I was saying.
Wait, you've listened to them?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you
haven't. They're all in boxes right now. Oh. Like where all my pictures are at, they're all in there. So it would be quite interesting to hear that.
God, this is big.
Yeah.
Wow. That's so nice.
But I always, for me as a child, I could remember me wanting to become something like big and oof. I feel that. Be something great in God's kingdom. Always in my heart to do that. And now that it's happening, it's like, wow, God, you put those desires in us even as we were kids. That's why it's very important to watch our children. What do they love to do? Yeah. Do they like to play instruments? Invest in them to play instruments. The same way that you invest in them to go basketball. Yeah. Baseball.
Play sports. Yeah.
To play sports. Do the same thing for God's kingdom. Even if they don't have a space yet for them in church, they will one day. Yeah. But the same investment that you do for the secular world, do it for God's kingdom. Because it's a passion that God has, a gift. It's a gift that God has given them. Yeah. So if you see a child pick up a microphone and loves to sing, invest in that. They like to play drums, invest in that. If they're nerds, if you see them picking up the Bible and reading and wanting some reading time, future evangelist, future preacher, future teacher. Not even future. Let's speak about it now. They could be teachers. God could use them now.
Right. They could speak to other kids too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Teach them what they know about the Bible.
The first ambitions and dreams are always spiritual. God always gives that to us first. But we tend to put those on the sides,
right? We don't pay attention to them
and concentrate on the secular world.
Yeah.
The Bible says, oh my God, take care of God's kingdom first, and everything else will be added. So yeah, you guys, that was me.
And you're a pastor.
Bueno.
Associate pastor. Well, you have those moments here. You guys have heard her. That's so nice.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. It's funny because now Camila has the moments where she grabs this like playing microphone and she starts like singing. I don't know what she's singing. But sometimes when I'm cooking, I put like worship songs.
Yeah.
The ones that I like. For example, today I put one of my old favorite songs.
Which is?
Cristo Yo Te Amo.
Cristo Yo Te Amo.
That one gets me every single time.
Oh.
But I was singing it and you just hear her in the corner. I'm like, she's gonna be a singer. Like it's funny because I always say in my family, I'm like, we have no one in my family that knows how to sing. So maybe Camila's gonna be it.
As a matter of fact, I think that you're the singer. Because before we started this live, Miss Melanie was humming. And that's why I looked at you, because I heard the melody and I'm like, oh, she has it. She has it.
I love to sing on my own though.
Oh, all right, my bad. It's not public yet.
I mean, like, I would like to, but I know that my voice is not like good. But I love singing, especially like those type of songs that are just very like slow. And,
you like hymnos?
Yes, they're so nice.
So now your little girl likes it too.
Yes. So babe, we are gonna invest in her. In her
for God's kingdom, you guys.
Yes.
God's kingdom. You invest in your children now, and when they are like they're courageous. Like they have no fear in them.
Right.
They could grab the microphone and do whatever and not be afraid. As us, when we get older, we tend to be more like, we're more afraid just to like talk, and we get shy. But no, you invest in your children now.
If you start from that age, it just naturally, and then once they become an adult, it's gonna be so natural for them that they're not gonna be afraid. They're not gonna be like it's like we were talking about that the other day. Like when I was at church when I was younger, I used to sing. So like, you know, but because I drifted apart, you know, no longer did it. And now if you put me in the middle of church to sing, yeah, I wouldn't be. But if I would have stuck in there and continued singing, I'm sure if I did it now, I wouldn't have that, you know, fear of singing. So if you start, it's always best to start when they're little, when they're kids, because that's able, you know, they're able to grow in it and become natural in it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I love to watch videos of kids worshiping God. Eunice shows me a lot of videos like that too, of kids worshiping God, playing the drums, playing the guitar, 3, 4, 5-year-olds.
Yeah.
And you think like they're so little, like how? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Here it is.
This is the I'm putting the other hat on. Because I'm very passionate about this. We tend to let our let me not say that word. We kind of deviate from what the plan that God has for our children, and we deviate from that, and we let them participate in a lot of secular stuff, but they're not doing nothing on what they were called for God's kingdom. Do you know, and I know this is going to get a little bit off topic, but I have to say it, right? Do you know that Satanists and that dark world, they start investing in their children when they're 2 or 3 years old? How? What they do is they put a round table in front of all these children that are 2 to 5 year olds. And Jasmine, correct me if I'm wrong, okay? That's why you need a microphone back there. I mean, you have it back there.
Use it.
And they put a table in front of these children that are 2 to 5, I don't know how old. And they put random objects in front of them. And the point of that is that whatever object these children tend to gravitate to, that is the gift that was given to them. And then they start investing in these kids in that gift. And they start working with those children for that world. Now imagine us. We grab a table, we put microphones, we put a piano, we put a guitar, we put drums, we put a Bible, we put what else? Anything, books, anything in front of them that has to do with what we grew up in.
Yeah.
And they start to gravitate to a certain one. And we start investing in them at that age. How powerful would they be when they get older? Fearless. Fearless when it comes to God's kingdom. So it's like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
What are we doing? And I know some people might say, well, some churches, they don't have that space yet for children. No. There will always be space for that. And that's what I want churches to be filled now. And I want to see children playing the drums and guitar and singing. And can you imagine that the Holy Spirit is moving in the church and all of a sudden grabs a little one and starts placing their hands on people?
Yeah.
When we invest on what God has called the children to be, everything else will fall into place, you guys.
Yeah.
Everything. But that was, I went.
It's okay. It's all right. I think we all need to learn a little bit of something from our children too.
Yeah.
They have something to teach us, but because we don't give them that opportunity, we miss it.
Yeah.
Right. And they just, it's like the saying, they grow up within your eyes, they grow up so quickly, but
they're distracted.
Yeah.
We let them get distracted. And then when it's time to really sit them down and want them to fall in love with God, when the easiest way that God wanted them to fall in love with him was through the gift that he has given them.
Right.
It just becomes difficult now because now the secular world is calling them basketball, football, sports, what is it? Scholarships that they get. All of that.
Yeah.
And the first thing that God gave them,
nothing. They're doing nothing with it.
It's nothing.
And then it's like, and then as parents, we get mad. We're like, well, why are you allowing the world to teach them that? Or why are they, growing up addicted to this or addicted to that or doing this, doing that? But if you didn't start from the beginning, then, the child is not to blame.
No. You see, with me, growing up in church, I was always told that first I was the singer of the church, and that I had this charisma. That's what they used to say. Tú tienes una carisma, niña. Cuando you grab that microphone and you start singing, I'm like, what is that word? Then I discovered the word.
Yeah.
And then it was like, you're going to be a pastor. And I'm like, I will always put that face, because I know the hardships that pastors go through. My parents were pastors. I know what happens in families, when you are a pastor's child. You just see it all and you want to become so distant from that.
Yeah.
That's why I don't understand why everybody wants a certain type of calling, because it's not that simple. But anyways, so I was always called that. So I knew that was my calling. My parents knew that. So what did they do? My parents bought me a library of books, like of Bible stories, a whole bunch of them. I still have them, as a matter of fact,
Oh.
in that box, of Spanish
I need to
Bible
see
stories.
this box.
So they invested in
nice.
me, in that, and this is where I am now. That seed that was planted in me. Well, I was born with that seed because he gave it.
Right.
But my parents
but your
watered
parents
it.
are a reflection. That's why God gives you children.
Yeah.
Because now it's up, it's also up to you, to be able to, like you just said, invest in whatever it is that he has given to your children, that gift that he has given to them. So it's up to us as parents to be able to see that. And if you don't know what it is, ask God to open your eyes and see what it is and start investing now.
Well, it's the same thing. If you know that your child is good in any sport, you see it, you put him in there.
Right.
If God has called your child to be a worshiper, then don't wait till he gets older or she gets older. Do it from now.
Yeah.
Start investing in that now. There has to be a balance to all of them.
Yeah.
You can't just leave one and just focus on the other. There has to be a balance. There's enough time to do this.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
But we lose track of that. We do. All right. Sorry, guys. We keep going.
I think God is changing the dynamic of this show, and I'm letting him. I'm letting the Holy Spirit.
I'm sure there's people that need to hear this. I need to hear it too. As I think as a parent, there's spiritually speaking, there's a lot for me to learn, and I'm learning, and I think that's also sometimes I'm a little too hard myself with Jaden, because I'm always like, all right, I don't want to say failed, because I know that's not how God wants me to see it, because there's still time. He's still young, but in my mentality, I know that there's things that I did wrong, because unfortunately I wasn't in this path with God when I had Jaden. So obviously I didn't do such a good job in the spiritual aspect. But now I have Camila, who's still very little, and I'm trying to be that change in her, but I'm also trying it with Jaden too.
Yeah.
Because I think that's also important, because if you have children, right, especially with me with such an age difference, that you not only focus on the little one, but you still have the other one. Even if you have maybe already a teenage son or a teenage daughter who's already, you're like already long gone, that he's already 15, like there's nothing I can do now. There is. You can still make a difference. They're still under your roof, they're still living with you, you're still their parent, no matter how old they are. So you can still make that change, no matter how little they are, no matter how big they are. But I think for me personally, I'm learning as I go, and although it's harder for me on Jaden, it is, because I already, he's already, like, his personality is already made, right? He has things that it's hard for me now to take away, that now I know it's not okay for him to do certain things, but now it's hard for me to take away, because now he's kind of like, why? You've allowed it for this long, why now? Right? So yes, it becomes harder when you wait too long, but you still have to try. You can't just be like, no, like, all right, just give up, because no, that's already how he is. There's nothing that I can do to change that. Yes, there is. There is.
Repetition.
Yeah. Consistency. You have to continue, and trust me, little by little they start seeing it. And even if it's hard, I think as parents we also have to have that mentality of like, hey, I know sometimes we want to be friends with our children, but we have to remember that we are their parents, and God expects us to be parents, not friends. So yeah. And I think sometimes just parents forget that, which, like, I understand, because I always said, I want Jaden to see me as a friend too. And yes, it's important to have that friendship qualities where you're like, hey, I want you to be able to communicate with me, right? Because that's something that I didn't have with my parents, because I only saw them as parents. I never communicated them with anything. So that's one of the big things that I talked to Jaden. I'm like, hey, I want to be able for you to see me as your friend, where you can communicate with me and tell me what you're feeling. Don't look at me whenever you have those moments where you're like, I can't tell you what I'm feeling because you're my mom. In that moment, I'm your friend, and talk to me. But though, I think those are the only moments that we can be a friend. In those other moments, you're not their friend, you are their parent. And that's something I failed with Jaden, because I was so young too. You know, I was a young mom, so it was hard for me to be that, you know, strict person, that because I didn't know. I didn't learn, you know, that you don't just learn you're not born learning how to be a mom.
Well, he grew up with you.
Right. That's the way I see it. And I think that's why I have such a like bond with him, because I'm like, he's seen me grow up, I've seen him grow up. So but in the way I've lacked, because there's things that, you know, I haven't been able to teach him. But either way, like I said, it's just never too late. So I'm doing it now, and to me it's important because I'm able to do it now with Camila, but I'm also able to do it with Jaden. And yes, it's harder, but you know.
But he's still young.
Yeah.
And now you have like a posse behind you, you know, that can help you. But I'm talking about, you know, that posse, you know, that gives you the wisdom now to direct your son, and that God, you know, can show you like, this is the way to do it with him. Right. You know, you don't want to force him either, you know, because
of course
then you just like creating this tension between you guys. No. So I'm glad you said that.
Thank you. Yeah. I but when we were talking about what we wanted to be when we were so when we were younger, our dreams. So it's funny because I said I wanted to be a teacher, became one, even though it's not easy. And at times I'm like, I don't want to be. And then you said you know, that was one of the things that you did.
Out of many.
You had a lot.
Yeah, because I also, I used to write a lot. I have written my own poems, written my own stories, written plays. And I always like to create.
Yeah. Oh, so you're like creativity?
Yes.
Like that's big for you?
Yeah.
I don't have creativity. But I do like to write.
That's
something
write.
I discovered. But like not creative writing.
Oh.
There's a difference.
Okay.
Yeah. I like to write. Like I like to do research. What?
The peanut gallery answer.
Like research stuff. Like I like to write on that, I guess. But that's something that I discovered like later on. When I was young, one of the things that I thought and my biggest dream was to become a fashion designer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like design like clothes or shoes?
No, clothes. I would a lot of the toys that I would ask for, it started with when the Bratz came out, and I would dress them up because it wasn't just the Bratz. There was, you know, other parts that you would buy, and it was clothes, like a set of clothes. And I would always ask my dad because I would like to mix it up, and I would, you know, the earrings and the thing. It started with that, and then eventually there was some toys that came out where it was like a drawing pad where you would like, I don't know if you ever saw that, where you would stick like a paper.
Yes.
And
they still have them.
They do?
Uh-huh.
I forgot what they were called. But yeah, you would stick like a paper and you would draw like it. So then that came. And then eventually I just started doing it on my own on like a drawing pad where I would like draw like, you know, clothing stuff and designs. But then I shut my own dream off because I eventually became older, and I was like, I noticed that to become a fashion designer and to actually succeed in it, like I just basically I took the easy way out because I was like, it's hard.
You gave up on yourself.
Yeah, it's a hard industry to be in, and in order for you to actually become like a known fashion designer, you know you have to be like a famous one, because if not, people are not gonna wanna, like, it's basically like a really risky industry to get into.
It's never too late, Melanie. Like, Christian women need clothes.
Yeah, I know.
it's hard for us to find. I'm being serious.
I know. You're trying.
Conservative, nice clothes.
Yeah.
It's never too late.
No. But I don't know. Like I think like God has taken me a different path. Like I know I had that dream before, and I'm not saying that I'm not so into it as much as I was before.
Okay.
Like I still like fashion. I still like to dress myself up when it comes to me. And now my daughter, that I have a daughter, and I'm like,
you dress her
gotta
up.
make sure that she looks nice.
She's your model.
Yeah. Yes.
So you're the fashion designer for her.
Yes, exactly. But like I'm not so much into it as I was before. Okay. I think now I've like found other interests.
Okay,
but so if it ever does happen again, pops up back in my mind, I'll know that it's God telling me go, But for now, that's not where I'm at right now. But that was my biggest like dream when I was young.
Yeah,
to become a fashion designer.
Yeah. I'm here still thinking like I'm a dreamer, period, and everything that I wanted to do, I do. I have no fear in that. I attempt it. I try it. If it doesn't work out, I did modeling. That didn't work out. Yeah, there was a moment there where I was like, "Yeah, this is not for me. I'm out." I wanted to be a hairstylist. I went to school for it. There was a moment there. Nah, this is not for me. I tried it. I tried the...
Like, you try it. Like, at least, yeah. I never tried it. Like, when I became older, I was like, should I go to a university that does, like, fashion? And I didn't even try.
Oh, no.
Yeah. No. I didn't even try.
I tried because I don't want to look back and say, man, why didn't I do it?
I do. I like, sometimes I'm like, man, that would have been nice to discover if that was really me. Like, if, it would have happened. But no. It's not late, but
it's not late, yeah. But there's other interests for you right now. Yeah, I can't see you like that right now.
No, no. It's not like it's not in me as much as it was before.
Yeah,
like it's just drifted away. Yeah,
but wait, Eunice, do you have a childhood? No, a childhood like
dream or ambition?
Something you wanted to be? What? Pediatrician.
Oh, pediatrician.
I never went into the medical field. I wanted to be the paramedic, and then I saw an episode on 911, and I said, "Nope, that's not for me."
I always said I will never go in the medical field. Let me tell you.
You see, Eunice likes kids. She just loves kids.
A preacher.
A teacher.
Oh, a teacher.
And you are a teacher now for children.
In church. In children.
How about you, Jazz? A CIA agent as a child. Okay. Which you are a missionary. Look at that.
Wow.
It goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
I love... it goes hand in hand, you guys. Everything that we do for the secular world, when we invest in God's kingdom, goes hand in hand.
And I think it's nice to know that you're doing something, and maybe it's not something that when you were a child, like you would have thought that you were going to be doing, but that you end up liking it and doing something that you like, having that dream that you end up liking.
Yeah.
It's probably like the best feeling.
Yeah.
Because I think in the secular life, we focus so much on like our financials and to just get a job, and you're just miserable in your job. Yeah. You don't even like what you're doing. You're just there to be there. Like, ugh. But when you're doing something for God's kingdom, it brings you a different feeling.
Yeah.
It feels amazing.
Absolutely. You feel happy.
Yeah.
You feel at peace. You feel fulfilled. You feel satisfied. You feel happy every single time you wake up. You do what you were called to do. There's like an alignment that happens.
Yeah. So you guys, gotta make sure you start.
Yeah.
It's better, like we say small beginnings. So as long as you start now, never know where it's gonna take you.
Absolutely. Yeah. So for me, my dreams and ambitions, I always conquer them. One way or another. I'm gonna attempt to do it.
Yeah.
So I don't have any regrets.
Like just try them out.
I try them.
Just try them.
What is it gonna hurt you?
Yeah.
What do you have to lose? I mean, if it's money, of course, money.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest one. I think that's like the biggest thing as to why people don't pursue a lot of their dreams.
Yeah, you're right.
We live in a world where it's like
everything's pricey.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But
you could always volunteer.
Yeah. Yeah.
And things that you want to attempt to do.
Right.
Volunteer in it. See if you like it. See if that's something you want to pursue.
But just also find a little bit of time to invest in yourself and to do something for yourself. Like even if you have a full-time job, okay, fine. But find a little bit of time for you too. Yeah. Like if you like drawing, find a little bit of time within your day to draw.
Yeah.
And to start doing these things for yourself. If you like clothing, if you like, designing stuff, if you like writing, if you like reading, be sure that you're able to give yourself that time too. Like don't just dedicate all of your time to that job that you're in that you might not even like. And if you like it, great. That's great. If you're doing something that you're happy with, great. But also have that time to like do hobbies, to invest in yourself. Because sometimes we're so focused on, on that job that we have that we don't realize like, hey, what am I doing that I like to do?
Yeah.
If you like to read. Even if like, let's say, you catch public transportation or I don't know, and you have that time to read, do that. Or if you draw, whatever it is, but be sure that you dedicate time to yourself, to invest in yourself. And sometimes it's not all about money because sometimes just doing hobbies, whether maybe you like going to the park and I don't know, fishing, I don't know whatever it is, but just making sure that you take that time for yourself too. And then little by little, you're going to see what it is that you like, what it is that you don't like, what it is that you should be investing more in, what it is that you shouldn't be. So just being able to invest in yourself is important.
I discovered I cannot be in four walls. I cannot be in four walls. I cannot stay still.
Yeah.
I need to be always moving around. So, me sitting in front of a computer all day in an office with the phone. That, mind you, if it's something that has to do with God's kingdom, that I can see that there's fruit coming out of it, I don't mind that. But I'm helping somebody else's dream.
Yeah.
That doesn't even know who I am.
Yeah.
Doesn't even invest in me. No. This is why when we are children, we already get as sons. I need you to take a moment and visualize yourself. When you were a child, what is it that brought you so much happiness? What is it that you did that made you smile? What is it that you did that said, oh my God, I want to be this. I want to learn more of this. And why wouldn't you want to pursue that now at 20, 25? There's always something that made you super happy. If it is that you love being around people, why aren't you in a job that you are around people helping them? Maybe you're a counselor. Maybe you're a therapist. Those are the people that are always surrounded by other people. Okay, if you love working in the medical field, but you don't have money to go back to school, why don't you volunteer in a hospital? You don't know if eventually somebody sees you and just says, you're such a great worker. What are you doing to get a job here? And maybe they'll help you. You never know.
Yeah. No, that's how opportunities come your way.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you can't just expect the door to open,
Yeah.
by itself if you
Yes.
are not doing anything. Because one thing is going to God and asking him for something, but
Go
God
ahead,
also
Melanie.
expects you to like, hey, take that step, go and look for it too. Because if you're just stuck where you are now, how do you expect things to come your way? Like just by itself. Like,
Yeah.
that's not the way that God intends us to learn. Like he doesn't want us to learn that way where we just stay comfortable and stay where we are. Take that opportunity, go and do that. Even like we said, it's not, obviously volunteer work, it doesn't pay you, but okay, that's okay. Like it's not all about the money, but it's like if you like doing that, if that fulfills your heart, then just do it. Because
Yeah.
eventually God is going to see that
Yeah.
and he's going to open a door for you.
Yes, my darling.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
She always puts me on the spot. I get all shy when she does that.
Why?
No, but it's true. And that's like, I can speak on that personally. Like I always enjoyed being in the presence of children with disabilities. Like it filled my heart with like happiness, seeing how happy they can be even though they have what they have. And it's something that we, being normal, when I say like, we have everything, we have functioning hands, we have a voice, we have, we're able to hear, we're doing fine health wise. And sometimes even with that, we complain. And just seeing how much love these children can bring, even though they're going through pain, they might be going through those moments where they're like, I'm missing something that that other person has. And eventually I told myself, I was like, I'm tired of being in this job that's, I'm not saying worthless, but that I don't feel fulfilled at, because it's important. You might like, I was doing something to help others, yes, but personally I felt like that's it, I was done. Like I needed something that I wanted to do. And so I started doing volunteer work and started doing that and being there for them. And no, it doesn't pay you, and no, it wasn't bringing any income to me, but it made me realize that that is not what matters. Because when I would go there and spend those hours there reading to those children, being there for them, seeing how fulfilled they are with just you dedicating a couple of minutes to them, it brings you a feeling that nothing else can bring you. And for me, that's what it was. That's what I wanted to do. And no door has opened yet, but just God allowing me to feel that fulfillment is huge for me. So sometimes you have to do that for yourself. You have like, okay, you have, I can't leave my full-time job right now. Like, we understand that, right? Financial is a big thing in our lives, but that you dedicate a little bit of your time and be like, hey, what are you doing on the weekends? If you're not doing anything, dedicate a little bit of time. The same way you wake up for your job every single morning, even though you don't want to, why don't you wake up on the weekends to do something that you actually want to do?
Yeah. That's so good, Melanie.
Yeah.
We waste time, don't we?
We do. We really do.
I like that you said that it's not sometimes about money. Sometimes it's just a fulfillment that you feel and that satisfaction. And if it's something that it's aligned with that sense of peace that you get when you're doing it, you better best believe that a door is going to open eventually, because you're gaining knowledge from there. And you don't know if you take that knowledge somewhere else that maybe God wants you to start. I'm not saying you in general. I'm saying in general. Maybe he's going to ask you, now take everything you learned there and now let's build something my way.
Right.
So it's just about you, like you said, getting out there.
All right. Getting up. Get out of that couch right now. Do something different. Oh, but I think it all starts when we're children, even though we might not realize it, but those dreams and ambitions, pay attention to them. And if you have children, also pay attention to what it is that they ask them.
Yeah.
Have you taken a moment to ask your children what they want to be when they're older?
Yeah.
If you haven't taken a moment to ask your children that, ask them and pay attention to that and focus on that. And then now do something. Like we said, invest in your children, invest in yourself. It's really the best advice that we can give right now.
Mm-hmm. We all have dreams and ambitions, you guys. Don't die with all of that inside of you.
Yeah.
Do not die with it. I'm even talking to 60 and 7-year-old
No,
people.
it's never too late.
It's never too late to start something that you want to do. And even if it's just for you, at least you did it.
Yep.
At least you did. Even this. At least I put it out there.
Right.
And I got it out of my system.
Yeah. Even if it doesn't work out.
Uh-huh.
Well, it is what it is. We tried. It's all about trying.
Mm-hmm. Are we answering something else?
No, I think at this point, well, we kind of did as we were talking. Like we talked about how our dreams have changed us as we've gone older. We talked about God's role in our dreams. How some of our dreams didn't happen the way we imagined. I didn't become a fashion designer the way I thought. But we do want to finish it off with this question because this whole childhood series, right? We did this whole childhood series, but one of the questions that I wanted to ask to kind of reflect on everything that we've done so far. What advice would you give to your childhood self?
Wow, that's
like if you this is you, big Xiomara.
I know.
And if you had little Xiomara here, what advice were you give her, or what would you tell her?
That
like just anything, whether it's advice or any message that you.
Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. I would tell her that the pain is going to fuel her to become the person she needs to be. That's what I would tell her. It's gonna hurt a lot. And you're gonna feel like you can't take it anymore. But that is what's going to fuel you to become the woman. Well, the woman that I am now.
Yeah, that's you right now.
That's what I would tell her.
That's powerful.
Was my childhood painful? Not my childhood necessarily, but my teenage years,
adulthood,
all the way till adulthood. Yes, ma'am. So that's what I would tell her.
Oh,
yeah.
You're doing great, Sio.
Thanks. We're doing great, little one.
Yeah.
What would you tell?
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, like it would be very similar though. I think I will tell the little me, since I am a mom now, that no matter how you feel, you are trying your best to be a good mom. And that's all that matters. Just try your best. Yeah. Don't be too hard on yourself, little one.
That's it right there.
Yeah.
Be kind to yourself.
Be kind to yourself. I think that's definitely.
I think we all should tell our little ones.
Yeah.
Be kind. Life can get very difficult and hard sometimes, but the end result is amen.
Yes.
Amen. God wrote it. God wrote it out. He wrote it out, and I have to trust him that he has the best intentions for all of us. So,
but let us know, what would you tell your childhood self? What advice would you give the mini you, the little you? And then if you have children, give them that advice. You know, you're not able to give it to yourself, right? You're all grown up, but if you have children or in your home, in your family, give it to them. Never
And
too
I will
late.
also tell her, have fun, man.
Oh, yeah.
Have fun. Have fun.
Enjoy life. Stay
Yes.
little.
Yeah, don't grow up too fast. Don't grow up too fast.
But we want to hear about your childhood dreams, your ambitions, what you wanted to be when you got older. Did you actually become that? Like, we want to hear more about your story, guys. So definitely don't forget to comment, don't forget to share and subscribe. And then, of course, we're gonna end it with our Bible verse. And
Yes,
this time it's
amen.
Xiomara's turn.
We should just keep this like on the sofa.
We should. I don't know why we put it over there.
This is 1 Peter 5:7. Cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. If there's anybody here today that is going through anything, it's funny. I find this so funny. This is the verse for today. It's not your burden to carry. It's not your trial to carry. It's not your pain to carry. None of it is yours to carry. It's his. It's his. He carried it for us on that cross. And it says, cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. That's all I need to know. That he cares and he loves me. And he's going to take care of it all.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry. So, you guys, thank you. Thank you for being with us here again today. And we'll see you next week. Melanie, you want to rap?
We are here at the Paw Show. And we just, I don't know.
You were doing it. You were doing it. I was even in shock that you were going through it. I was like, yes.
I really suck at rhyming. I've never been good with poems.
Oh, no?
Oh, no. I always, like, when I read them, I was like, wow. And then I tried.
No. I have a lot of them.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I would want to see them.
Oh, my God, no. I was like, why am I writing this? Why?
No, it's okay. I sucked at
You
it.
would think that I was in love at that moment. It was all love poems.
Oh, it's nice. It's
Woo!
nice.
You heard it?
We did it, pound. I didn't make the noise. I made